Have you ever seen the sky turn rabbit gray? Or be in a windstorm and buckets and buckets and buckets of rain get upon you before an Easter egg hunt? Well, I have. I've seen the sky turn rabbit gray. I have. Rabbit gray, rabbit gray.
Secret life, not exposed, underplayed and not acknowledged. Secret life, a story to tell. It's underplayed, we must find them. The valuable others, parts unknown. As a language, we must learn. If we're to find ourselves in these aspects, they must be like larks in the springtime. If we are to find ourselves, it must be like larks in the springtime. Secret life, it's a sacred life, it's a secret life, it's a sacred life. Secret life, it's a sacred life. Secret life, it's a sacred life.
This is a story of a minor bird who sang in C major. Her feathers were golden and beige like speckled grass from the trade union winds. Her beak was brown like wood and she sang a song for food. She sang a song for laughter. She blinked when she kissed us, so we called her Winky. This is a story of a minor bird who sang in C major. Her feathers were golden and beige like speckled grass from the trade union winds. Her beak was brown like wood. She sang for food. She sang for love. She sang for laughter. And when we kissed her, she winked, so we called her Winky. I love you, Winky.
I went for my man, I got $26 in my hand. Road runner, running faster miles an hour. We can be heroes. It's a rainy day now. Sunshine, baby. Waiting for my man, I got $26 in my hand now. Road runner, running faster miles an hour down the streets of Cambridge. We can be heroes just for one day. Sunshine, baby, yeah, it's a rainy day. Sunshine, baby, yeah, it's a rainy day.
This is the story of Ned, a beekeeper, who wears a bonnet and long rubber fishing pants even around our house. The bees are his friends. His wife Anne has disdain for Ned's hobbies and his going to the nearby orchard to feed the beloved neighbor Pat's pony named Pansy. Alfred, the canary, flies with the bees into the fruit trees and accompanies Ned into the sunroom on Sunday.
We're running to a hailstorm of late January snow. My flaw is a weight of subjectivity. I crowed like late liberty, shut down by the closed Paramount Theater. There's an impulse to being right over being loving. There's an impulse to being right over being loving.
Cold meat lights no fire. A shadow is a shadow of the same. Grasp the eye by the monocle. Who hears, but hears me not. A corset in July is worth a hoard of rats. Party etiquette. When invited to a party, unless the contrary is expressed stately, the guest must assume that he is expected to make love eventually to the hostess, for a party without love is as a snare without delusions, wreck without ruin, or as rough without a tumble. The hostess is to be considered a mistress of the house. If for any reason this should be distasteful to the guest, he must make his attitude clear at the outset. On entering the drawing room, pay your respects immediately to the hostess, then say, "I have no intention of sleeping with you tonight." She will reply with some expression of polite surprise, such as, "Why, Mr. X, why aren't you going to sleep with me tonight?" The guest must be prepared to explain why, or more exactly, why not, as truthfully as possible.
Categories of objects and their understanding through dreams. 1. Natural objects. Objects from nature conforming to surrealist ideas of beauty. 2. Perturbed objects. Natural or manufactured objects which have undergone some sort of deformation. 3. Interpreted objects. Objects given a new meaning by juxtaposition with other objects or by the negation of their function. 4. Book objects. The book as fetish as an object, not for reading. 5. Mathematical objects, objects perturbed by mathematics. 6. Poem objects, poems in which several of the terms are objects instead of words. 7. Also, mobile objects, mute objects, phantom objects, being objects, incorporated objects, involuntary objects, ethnological objects, etc., etc., etc.
Curator, finally de Coco, museum curator, at the Tate Modern and at the Louvre, finally de Coco, museum curator. Father Marquette kept Saturday hours at the parish. We take confessions between 4 and 5, then go down the creaky, dusty, dirty back stairs towards the back of the main church chapel in order to have a cup of tea and a hot toddy before his own prayers and penitence. Then off to his scantily single room clad with only pictures from his childhood, looking at the church grounds as as twilight fell. He would pray for peace. Father Joe would pray for love. And he would ask for forgiveness. Then he'd put on a Patty Page record and write in his diary about his own childhood. Edgar was an engineer who believed in luminescence and transparencies and applied them to his wife Corinne's corsets, and whose home was made of glass and mini-bar padding, while honeybees perfected their mead just outside Edgar's drawing room. Edgar was an engineer who believed in luminescent transparencies and applied them to his wife, Miss Corinne's corsets. While sun grew in a minor field, statues beckoned us into the museum, like a European model whose hands wrote novels filled with petite surprises. Palladium stood on the edge of the associates panel. Outside lime green, human bodies talk of a physical world. They talk of a physical world and a group of artists who talk like real people, not poets, but real people made up of languages and men with white hair in a hall of hand mirrors held by gray statues just outside the museum.